Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. It's Tuesday the, what are we on? 25th of April 2017. Today is Anzac Day, which means it's a public holiday in Australia and New Zealand. Tuesday afternoon, I had a bit of spare time, so I thought I'd jump on and make a video. For anyone that doesn't know, Anzac stands for the Australia and New Zealand Army Corps, which it's a day sort of commemorating the lives and service of people in the military or going to war for Australia or New Zealand. It was originally sort of formed in Gallipoli at the Battle of Gallipoli in the First World War. But today, it's a day of remembrance, a day to reflect and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, here we are. Three sort of things to talk about that I've been meaning to do for a while, and so I just combine them all in a video. I've got a shout out to do for a channel that I really like. I don't think many people watch. I'm going to talk a bit about hype stickers, everyone's favourite topic. And someone on my channel left a comment on my channel asking about how do I store my records and why do I store them the way I do. So I'll get to that at the end. Anyway, what we got in the background. Very ambient and relaxing, isn't it? Hopefully the music sets the tone for this video. Just pretty happy to get on and have a chat to you guys, really. This is Roland P. Young Estet Serenade from 2007. Absolutely beautiful, sort of ambient-y, jazz, electronic record. Yeah, really good record. But anyway, yeah, so, number one, channel recommendation. Somebody that I've been watching for maybe almost a year on and off, but he hardly gets any views. His name's, well, his YouTube, I don't know what his actual name is, but his name is baze.djunkiii, spelled baze.djunkiii. I'll do a little magic thing on the bottom. Anyway, he's been doing videos, I think from, I would say almost a year, if not more now. And the thing that I found really interesting about his channel is that he's actually, well, first of all, he shows things I've never ever heard of, stuff I've never seen before, and he's an active DJ. He's from Germany. I think he lives in Munich. He often does sort of, I guess, vlog style videos where he goes out to gigs and stuff like that. Shows a lot of electronic music, and you really get the perspective of someone who's a DJ, which I don't think we have many of in the VC. We don't have active DJs who play music regularly making videos, which I think is really cool and really interesting. We don't get that perspective in here. Most people who make videos are record collectors, so yeah, really cool haircut, instantly recognizable. Yeah, I really enjoy what he does, what he talks about, and I guess part of my inspiration for sort of like the Record Store Day video was his sort of vlogs and the way he talks about music, but also goes and films other things, and his day trips to different parts of Germany and stuff like that. So, cheers, man! I really enjoy your videos, and yeah, it's just a different perspective. When I made that video as a response to John talking about people who buy too many records without loving it. baze.djunkiii left a comment on my video talking about his experiences, and he buys records as a DJ because he has to buy records to play out live, and you know he's not necessarily always buying for himself, but he's got to play them out at venues, and like it's just a completely different angle that I didn't even think about before, you know, like, so it was really interesting that just to see it from a DJ point of view, I guess. Like I don't think anyone else is doing that in the VC. Anyway, yeah, please check out the channel. He's a really great guy. I'll leave a link down at the bottom. Speaking of that video, for some reason that video, the John K. Take Head Response video, has got like the most views and comments by far on any of my videos. Like, I think people love a bit of drama. But weird. Anyway, speaking of that, I went on a bit of a rant in that video about hype stickers and how they're very, especially these days, marketing focused, and they sort of exaggerate the truth of it. You use the words like holy grail and must have essential, legendary, limited edition. Oh, there's probably many more ridiculous names to try and sell the music to you, and I still think that's true to a point. It's very over the top, and not a lot of the stuff isn't as good as it says it is a hype sticker. But I was sort of thinking about this, and I was thinking, I've got stuff in my record collection that I'll tell you guys is amazing and great, because of the context of, I'm talking about New Zealand music specifically. For example, this year for Records Store Day, Superior Viaduct put out some 7-inches, which I didn't buy because they're really expensive, of post-punk records, and they're really important musically to New Zealand because they were the first. They're basically the first post-punk recorded music, and they're very early, very influential, and they put out music that a lot of people heard and went on to form bands for. This was before Flying Nun, so it's cool. They're really cool, and I would like to get them. It's too expensive. And you know, they're hyped up on Superior Viaduct. You know, they sound like Joy Division. It's like a dark Joy Division thing, and yeah, they sound exactly like Joy Division, a worse version of Joy Division. But I'm rambling over here. You know, it's the context of the record, I suppose. Like, I can say, oh, this Swedish psychedelic record, legendary masterpiece. You know, maybe in the context of Sweden, that is what that is. You know, we're looking at things in like such a global way now. Like, you know, a lot of this, I could recommend something to you. This is awesome because it was so important to New Zealand music. But for someone living in North America, it doesn't mean anything. They'll listen to it online and go, oh, that just sounds like a worse version of Joy Division. I don't know. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Does that make sense? I suppose a lot of it's all about context as well. And I guess it's quite easy to look at things out of context in a day and age where we can just about grab any reissue from any country. We don't necessarily even know or care about the history of that record and where it was made and you know, the history behind it, because a lot of music inspired other bands that we know, and I don't know, that's just where I was going with that. I hope that came out sort of coherently. Anyway, part 3. So yeah, someone was asking how I store my records. I these days have them at the back here instead of inside. The story behind that is about 3 or 4 months before I knew I was moving over here from Melbourne, I knew that in terms of storing the records, I'd want to have them out of the sleeves. That way, anyone that's bought records online know that to get them, when you're shipping records online, you should get the seller to put them out of the sleeve here and on the back, just because the record starts to move around when it's getting shipped and it can bang and cause seam splits all along the sides. This happened to me. I learned the lesson the hard way when I picked up the minty George Ben. I got some seam splits. It's really minor, but still it's kind of annoying along the slide because the seller didn't pack it along the back. Anyway, so when I was in Melbourne, every time I played a record, I would just put them back in like that. And then when it came time to start packing up and move, I had a lot less to do because most of them were already, you know, like this. So I sort of started doing that out of, you know, necessity. I had to do that. And then once I got them all over here finally, I realised it was a lot easier just to pull out records when you're listening to them, because all you got to do is put your hand in, and there you've got the record, and just put it back like that. You don't even have to touch this thing, you know. So I like it. I think it's easier. I'm sure that someone's going to say something like it's going to damage the back here or something like that, but at the end of the day, your records, they're either going to be between 2 sheets of cardboard like that, or 2 that way with plastic between them anyway, so I don't know. And then, yeah, I normally just give them a wash on the spin clean and put them in these rice paper sleeves here, and then they go back into these. These are the poly something, I can't remember, I like the name magically down at the bottom here. These sort of really super clear sleeves. And this is my original Bill Dixon Intents and Purposes. It's probably a VG to VG plus. I'm so tempted to get the reissue. That's meant to sound a lot better. So that's it. Hopefully that explained why I put them like that. Let me know if you think it's cool or weird or a terrible idea. Yeah, that was just a video of assorted things really. Can't wait to get behind the camera again and show you guys all the stuff. Stay tuned for that, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers.